So, guys, here we are. After damn near 10 years, we finally get to play Final Fantasy Versus 13. Or, as it's renamed now to Final Fantasy 15. Jesus Christ, Square. Don't do this shit anymore. Don't take forever to at developing a game anymore like this. The wait is just insane. Alright. I mean, sure, we had other games to play and whatnot, but looking back at it now, it was so freaking long ago that this game was announced and we finally just getting a demo. After all the re-releases, remakes, ports, crap phone games, and all the Final Fantasy 13s, we finally get a small piece of a game that fans were genuinely thinking was probably canceled a long time ago. You know, I think long development cycles used to be a cool thing, but now it's just stupid. Okay, so first off, I want to stress that yes, I know this is a demo of a game that's probably around 66% complete. That's a small portion of a game with an incredibly huge scope. But given the long wait time, I'm going to mention some things here, and I'm probably going to tear this demo a new asshole. Again, I know it's a demo, but, you know, who cares? The wait time was too long. So yeah, this is a demo, a true demo. Most games that come out nowadays don't really have demos. They're just, you know, trials of a game that's pretty much 100% done with the release date, and they literally just let you play a small part of the game, a small part of the beginning of the game. So there's really no room to improve the game at all at that point, or fix some bugs that might be present, or to really get feedback from the players. I guess that's why we're in the world of day one patches. But Square Enix, you have that opportunity. You have the opportunity to address issues and fix problems and gather the feedback you need from us players. Do not let this chance pass by. There's no reason you can't fix most of the issues this demo has right now. Especially because this is a demo without a release date. A release date that is pretty much maybe a year or two away, knowing you guys. So you've got nothing but time to finish up this game and to polish it as well as you possibly can. Alright, so let's get into my thoughts here. Okay, so the first thing I noticed from right off the jump, is the graphics. The graphics are on point. The presentation side of it anyway, from the lush environments to the forest areas, the gas station stop, the chocobo farm, it all looks really, really amazing. It's actually, one of the things I was really disappointed with when I was finished playing Final Fantasy 13 for the first time. Well, among other things, I was disappointed with Final Fantasy 13, but I was disappointed in the fact that no other JRPG would come close to that level of graphical prowess that Final Fantasy 13 did. I sat there, I said to myself, when am I ever going to play another JRPG with graphics this good? And I said pretty much probably to the next numbered Final Fantasy title. And lo and behold, pretty much this right here. I really like how modern everything looks. I mean, I know they were going for the modern look, but I didn't think it would work so well here. I always wanted to see a JRPG in like a modern setting, and damn, this is really, really, really close. I mean, the regular, NPCs, the regular people that inhabited the area that we're in, like at the gas station stop, they look like normal people. Like they have jeans, t-shirts, and whatnot. They look like everyday people you'll see walking outside, and that was just really mesmerizing for me at first. And just walking around that place, I mean, I thought I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 after a while. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto 5. That's how, modern day the game looks when you're in, a populated area. And that's definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. I can't wait to see a full-blown city in the game when the full release comes out. So definitely looking forward to that. Alright, so a little bit more on the graphics are the little subtle details that they did. When the airship is coming down and you can see Noctis and the crew, their jackets are just flying in the wind, and that looks really awesome. Like the little fine attention to detail. So yeah, Square Enix, great job on that aspect. The fine attention to details are really good. I don't expect anything less from you, Square Enix, on this regard. However, on the graphical side of things, we have some issues, and issues that really, really need to be worked out. Now, this is a huge issue for me and some other people, but to me, it's a little bit more prevalent because, guys, I ain't gonna lie. I game on a PC. I do PC gaming. On this laptop I'm recording on here right now, it's a PC. It's capable of running games at, good settings. But the best thing that it does is allow me to play most of my games at 60 frames per second. So I gotta say I love 60 frames per second. But the thing about it is that when I go back to consoles and I see them at 30 frames, I'm like, 30 frames per second. I'm like, okay, whatever. Not that big a deal. Not a big deal when a game's for 30 frames per second. That's the standard. That's the standard in any console game for the most part. And the thing about it that really irks me is when a game goes below 30 frames per second. And that is what Final Fantasy 15 has been doing in this demo. Again, I know it's a demo. Calm down. I know it's a demo. However, I'm still going to mention it. Okay? When it gets hectic on screen, when it gets to be too many enemies, the game just freaks out sometimes. And the frame rate just dips down to like 20 frames per second range. Or even when you're like, I remember I was running from the behemoth, Deadeye, and I was just running down somewhere, going down a little chute or something like that. The game would just spaz out and like go down to like 1 frame, 2 frames per second. Terrible. Yes, again, I know it's a demo. It all shouldn't be, too apparent in the freaking last version of the game, the final version of the game. And to be honest, I honestly don't know if the final version of the game can make up for this, because this game looks graphically awesome, and if you want your game to run smoothly, you have to get rid of some details so you can free up some, I guess, power so you can get more frames. And that might be what they have to do in order to get a better frame rate, because I'm not all too worried that the game won't achieve 60 frames per second at all. I mean, this demo is just, apparent that it won't. I'm just worried that the game will constantly fall below 30 frames per second, even when it's hectic on screen. Like, I understand that some games will spaz out on screen like crazy when there's a lot of stuff happening. But, for Square Enix, Final Fantasy, their mothership title, their main title here, and they have most likely a year to work on it, I can't forgive something that's going to go below 30 frames per second. No, not at this point. You can work on it, you can rework it, you can make it better. And then I've even seen that the frame rate on the Xbox One version is even worse. So I'm playing on the PS4. I can't imagine, how it is on the Xbox One version. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of hoping for a PC version. Like, I know it's not gonna come out until, after the console version comes out, after a good maybe 6 months, maybe if we're lucky. But I would really like to play this game at 60 frames per second on a PC, running at max settings. But, anyway, graphical problems. Actually, we got more graphical problems. There's a couple of times where the game froze on me. That actually freeze. The game didn't freeze on me to a point where I actually had to exit out the game, close the application and whatnot. I had Noctis in a couple of bad situations. One where he was, crawling in the crawl space. I was going for Deadeye, and I couldn't get out no matter how much I moved the button forward or stuff like that, or press any button. He just would not move out the crawl space. I thought I had to exit the game there, but I just kept trying. And eventually, after like maybe a minute or 2, or maybe 3 minutes, he eventually got out. But it's a demo. I know. I'm just telling you guys my experience with it and my thoughts on it. There was another time I was fighting random saber tigers or whatever they're called, and he was just stuck between a tree and like a wall or something like that. He was just stuck in between it, and there was nothing I can do to get him out. I was like, what am I supposed to do to get him out of here? And then I just thought, okay, I can just warp out. Okay, so I just warped out of there, and that was easy. But so, the demo has technical issues. I'm not going to say I don't understand it, but I am going to talk about it, So the next thing, the battle system. The battle system actually was pretty legit. I mean, it's like a cross between Kingdom Hearts and something else. I don't know. It's kind of crazy about the battle system. I don't know if this is going to be 100% the final version of the game, but sometimes I can't tell if I'm hitting something or if something is hitting me, or if my HP is going down, or where's my MP at. Maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I got 20/20 vision, but I can't see the MP bar sometimes. And I'm like, is my MP full? Like, what's going on? Maybe I just have to play it more to get used to it. But yeah, I like how everything is governed by your MP. Your MP is pretty much your stamina, and if it goes out, you're pretty much a sitting duck, and you have to warp out of the way. Oh, another thing, the warping is actually pretty damn awesome. I like how Noctis can just warp out of danger if he needs to, or he can just chase an enemy if they're running away. That's all pretty cool. The weapon switching is good, kind of like Luger and Tales of Exillia 2. Noctis can switch weapons mid-battle and gain a new skill to use. Attacking and then using combo is all well and good, but I kind of feel like it doesn't flow naturally. I don't know, it just doesn't quite feel right. Now, my biggest gripe with the battle system is the lock on. It's weird. It doesn't like lock on right away. You have to hold the lock on button for a couple of seconds, and then he'll lock on, and you don't have to hold the button then, but it doesn't stay locked on. I guess I could forgive the camera for not following the lock on target, but to unlock on the enemy and when the enemy just leaves your line of sight, it really gets annoying. The parry system it's okay, but not every attack can be parried, and it's pretty cool when you do parry an attack at the right time and you kind of get this little attack sequence that happens. And if the frame rate doesn't drop like crazy, it looks awesome and you feel like a badass. So, when I was fighting in the cave area, it was pretty bad on how the lock on the frame rate was dipping everywhere. There was a ton of goblins to attack, and they were all hitting me with poison. And I thought to leave the cave and come back, go back to the campsite, cook, gain immunity from status alignments. But I decided that I'm a badass and I can handle it with the antidotes that I have. But it wasn't annoying fighting the goblins and getting hit with poison all the time. No, it was annoying that the frame rate and how the lock on just wasn't working. I guess I can work with the lock on in this demo, but they have to fix it up. Now, the battle with the behemoth was pretty cool. I had to play it more to beat him without the summon, and that summon was badass as hell. I mean, I loved seeing the summon come down, rain lightning on the behemoth, and that was cool. It's kind of overpowered, and I don't know how they're going to balance it for the game, but who knows. I'm looking forward to seeing more summons in the full game. So guys, overall this demo was a good showing of what Final Fantasy 15 is going to be for the most part, but who knows, it can totally overhaul everything, and this demo means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. But what Square Enix has to improve is the frame rate, because my god, it's not good. It's almost bad, really bad. And it's not just when it's hectic on screen, but it's just when traveling around normally, it can just dip for no reason. I love the graphics, but there might have to be something that has to be sacrificed to get the game running at a steady 30 frames per second. I'm still hoping, maybe against all odds, that this game will come to the PC running at 60 frames per second, because then it would be oh so glorious. The lock-on needs to be fixed. I think the camera could be a little bit more better. I also think that they need to change the interface with the MP and the HP. I think it could be a little bit better to see it, better. Pretty sure there's nothing wrong with my vision. It just seems a tad bit small. I know there's a ton of stuff missing from the battle system because it's a demo, and given what we have in this demo, it's good. I wouldn't want them to change up the battle system too much. Just improve it and polish it. Really polish it a lot. So hopefully Square Enix fixes these problems. They actually listen to the players, and maybe, just maybe, this could be the Final Fantasy game that surpasses Final Fantasy VII. I don't think so. Yeah, right. But I can dream. So guys, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Final Fantasy 15. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was a godsend? Let me know all that. And that's all for this video. I will see you guys next time. Peace.